Hey there guys, Laska here. This is going to be the first video in a series I'm creating, which we're going to name Modern Art with your boy, girl, Laska. Um, and within the series, we're going to be creating modern masterpieces, truly great modern art that will challenge your understanding of the world, and hopefully by watching my videos, you'll be inspired to be able to create your own masterpieces, and hopefully sell them at totally reasonable prices, um, and have them displayed around the world in the top art galleries and museums, along with old rubbish that used to be considered art. But alright, so let's begin. So I thought with this first one, I would start off with something quite basic, just so you can fully grasp your head around this, because it's quite a difficult thing to it's quite a difficult thing for your brain to comprehend, so just bear with me. Now, I cheated a bit here, because you'll see that we've already got a black outline, a border going on, and that is the first step in creating any modern masterpiece. Because in modern art, like proper technique and skill created in drawing like realistic pictures and stuff, it's absolute crap, it means nothing. What you want is symbolism. And what better is using the border as a symbol to represent being trapped. Trapped in these restricted mannerisms in which you create art to show you the struggle of life, because life is shit, great, it's a struggle. You get me, fam? Alright, so, I just drew a box. It can be any size really, it depends on how modern you want your art to be. The more room your box takes up, the more modern your art will be. And I like to go with a sort of 99 parts modern to 1 part art, if you catch me. So that's what I've gone with here. So here's the 1 part art around the border, you can barely see it. And the rest of this is all the modern. So I was thinking for my first modern masterpiece here, I will start with it's a concept I've been drilling up in my head, and I think it's quite brilliant. And it's got a lot of symbolism going on, which makes your art even more modern. So I want to... the problem is I haven't really come up with a name for this masterpiece yet. And, well, I'll bounce a few ideas around when I've finished it, and I'll let you guys decide in the comments, all 2 subscribers, what the name shall be. And if you don't pick a name, I'll assume you're stupid, and I will give it my own name, because fuck you. Okay, so this is basically the setting, right? We're in France during the, let's say, the 16th century, right? So 1542. No idea what was going on in that year. And, basically, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of poor people around there then, a lot of peasants, and if you want to prove me wrong in the comments, fuck yourself, this ain't a history lesson, this is modern art, not history art, okay? Right, so, and, well, there's our first bit of symbolism right there, you know, trapped, confined, locked in place, peasants, serfs, tied to the land, captured, almost like they're within a box. You feel me? Right. So, symbolism right there. That's like, you know what? Let's keep tally. What's that up there? That's probably about 2 modern points. But we want it a bit smaller, just because when you're writing is quite big, although it's pretty modern, it can be the wrong type of modern, it can be a bit off-putting at some point. So there we go. We've got 2 modern points going on, because they've got, you know, the symbolism of just the fact that there's a border here, but then you've also got, like, 16th century peasants interacting with this border, and they're French. Okay? So it's 2 modern points going on. Right. As we develop this masterpiece, the amount of modern points will change, and I'm really excited to see how many modern points we can gain, because You know? Alright, so you've got the picture, right? There's peasants, and let's draw one. And because they're French, we'll use French, the colours of the French flag, which as you all know is white. Um, so we'll draw some peasants here. Now this, as I mentioned before, the scale with your, um, anything you draw in modern art, be it your border, even your modern points, although your modern points you do want to keep quite small, but your peasants, your what would the centerpiece of your modern art, even though I'm not sure these peasants will be our centerpiece, can be whatever size you choose. However, you don't want to go too small, and it is recommended that at least something, at least, yeah, a certain aspect of your modern art is quite large. Otherwise, well, that's quite good. Otherwise, yeah, you won't gain enough modern points, and frankly, your art won't be as modern, and there won't be so much symbolism going on, because when your symbols are large, there's more of it. You feel me? Okay. So as you can see, we've got a whole lot of French peasantry right there underneath the modern points. And just to, to put things in perspective, I'll draw you the French flag, and this will, yeah, there we go. And so straight away, there's symbolism going on right there between the flag of the French, the peasantry, the points, which links back to the border, which is also linking with French flag. And of course, the year we decided was 15 something or other. I forgot what I said before. I'll edit it in later. For now, we'll use a placeholder of 84. And you know what? Fuck it, we won't change it. Whatever I edited earlier, we're leaving that in. We're leaving this in. The more confusing it is, the more modern the art is, eh, the more of a magnificent masterpiece it will be. Okay? Now, you may think this is going nowhere, right? Well, obviously not. You're not thinking that. You're obviously thinking, shit, she knows her shit. And believe me, I know my shit. But we ain't done there yet, right? Because what also happened in 1562 was, Napoleon was born. Napoleon. Now, I said Napoleon at first, but I said that because it was the only French, like, general chap I could think of at the time. But I know he wasn't born then, so I changed him a bit to Napoleon. And, there could have been a Frenchman called Napoleon, and he could have accomplished something great. But chances are, I've never heard of him, you've never heard of him, so chances are he didn't do anything great, which means he was most likely a peasant. So, if he is simply a peasant, he is our centerpiece because he is completely locked in. You feel me? And I think we'll leave it there, folks. So this was modern art with your boy girl Laska. I hope you got something out of it. And I know we didn't update our modern points because I forgot and I'm shit. But I promise you, there's at least what. Let's do the math right now. Actually, we've got border. That's 1. French peasants. That's 2. The fact that it was in 1584, 60, 79. That's what, 4 modern points, and got the flag going on. That's 5. Napoleon, who's not Napoleon. That's 7, and because it's all linked, 8. So look at that. Told you I'd sort it out in the end. 8 modern points, and on a scale of what, 0 to 10 modern, that's pretty modern art right there. And I think this will sell for, you know, okay, so when we put a value on modern art, we normally, okay, the first thing everyone does is look at the modern points. How modern is it really? And 8 points out of 10, that is up there with, the modern masterpieces such as this tissue that I found, this other tissue because I couldn't find another prop. But see, those, yeah, those you can see because the crinkling in this one is a bit off. It doesn't quite work. So that one was only given 6 modern points, because you can see all these angles of symmetry here and all that kind of jazz. But this one here was a 9, because you can see the way it was folded, and that shows the changing in attitudes towards Frenchman again, yet linked with the white. Perfect folds, a perfect 9 points. So, your modern, and as you can see the values on these, yeah, it ranges quite a bit. And so, yeah, the first thing you're gonna do is look at the modern points, um, yeah, that's a logical move. But you gotta feel, you gotta link with the art, and you gotta internally know what's going on. Because, quite frankly, if you looked at this and you had no idea what was going on, you'd probably think it wasn't modern, and, and it is. So, yeah, um, subscribe.